Naruto 685. Let's go ahead and start page 1. Okay. Anything on page 1 out there? Anything?
Yeah, a lot of things. Well, actually, not a lot of things, but one thing in particular is we see the Kage Bunshin. You know, the body is disintegrating, like from Kaguya's bone ash move or whatever, and you just see like it proofs like how much that clone had to endure before he proofed. Like in part one, part one, you know, like you could flick Naruto and he would pop. but now this clone like was almost disintegrated before the jutsu was dispelled. How strong is Kage Bunshin right now?
So, and this was an average clone. This one wasn't created from the last batch. This is one that's been hanging around with Obito and Sakura, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So this one. So in other words, those should be even tougher than this one.
Yeah.
So that is the level where they're at. And of course, this is all what? This is the perspective. This is kind of like last week, but through Obito's perspective. So we understand what was going on with the other part of this.
Yeah. Just to understand that that Black Zetsu thought that everybody in the dimension were just Naruto clones. He didn't understand that they were Sakura and Obito, and that's why he assumed that that the real Naruto was in there because he felt like clones would automatically be destroyed from the pressure of the dimension or whatever.
Okay, we got page 2. Anything on page 2 you guys want to talk about?
Has anyone noticed that one of the, or I don't know if it's the original or a clone, but it has those spears on his back?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that kind of goes ahead and gets to the whole like. Well, anyway, that gets to some of the dialogue that is kind of a mystery later on. So it's not like it's difficult to see the original with black balls floating around his back, right?
The truth-seeking balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the translation.
There's always anytime the word balls is involved, there's always jokes.
Yeah.
So, okay, the next page, she goes, and Obito does his thing. There's the opening, he ports in. Kakashi is doing his own Black Zetsu impersonation of just recording everything. He's just basically a standing camera there, just observing. And so they go ahead and pop in, the 3 of them.
We see that at the moment that Black Zetsu said, like, oh, it looks like there were some clones that got in something. We see that Obito, Sakura, and the clone made it to that dimension, and then that's when he gets rid of the clone, or he and Sakura hide or whatever, and the clone ends up masquerading as the real Naruto.
Right. So it works. Like I said, this is in Obito's perspective. So Naruto does what we saw before, and then he hides. Obito's like, we'll go in my pocket dimension because that doesn't cost like any chakra at all to this dude, right? You can just do that freely. So he takes Sakura over there. So it works. It works for me. It makes sense. There's some parts of this about Black Zetsu and Kaguya that don't quite add up to me, but at least this part of it works and makes sense. Okay, next page. And then it's pretty clear that, like I say, the difference between them seems pretty, the balls. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looks like he's the only one that has the black
balls.
That's the real Naruto, the one with the black balls.
You see them in any other color, it's not Naruto. Like I say, there's no end to it. Some words are just funny.
Yeah.
All right, we go on. There's Sakura charging up Obito.
Yeah, so I was kind of wondering like what those marks were on Obito's body. Is that like Sakura using the Bakugo jutsu on his body instead of just giving her his chakra?
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Exactly what it looks like, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah. Yep. And then he's like, well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I didn't even I didn't even notice it until now. Just looking at it, I didn't even notice when I first read the chapter. I don't think I've heard any reviewer talk about that either. So it's just interesting. It literally looks like like the markings on Tsunade and Sakura are on Obito.
Right. That's it. Well, and Obito's, like for Kaguya to be able to slip back and forth in an instant, what the hell is she? For things that far away, that kind of energy, unless it's really her domain, which she kind of already said, so that would make it cheaper for her. But we already know that from Black Zetsu said it's still costing her a lot of energy. So there's a whole thing that and he's kind of falling apart. It kind of makes sense too. She's healing him, allowing his body to take the strain and giving him chakra. So it kind of.
I'm telling you, Sakura is starting to redeem herself. I'm still being optimistic.
Yeah, I'm not a Sakura hater. Whenever I do it, sometimes it may sound that way. It's just I wish Kishimoto would use her like he's done before, which I don't know why. It almost seems like he's going out of his way not to make her useful.
Yeah, dragging her through the mud.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the chapter where she's useful. I mean, she's pretty much spent after this chapter, so I don't think she's going to have much use after this.
So, well, that gets to the end. This page 12. I'm flying through this like we can go back. I'm on page 12 at the bottom. It would be best for you not to be careless, create openings, mother. And then Black Zetsu is like, he's getting closer to Sasuke. So he seems to be able to know where Obito is. He seems to have this ability. Maybe not in his pocket dimension, but out. So I don't know, that's kind of a mystery to me. He seems to be able to track him. And then we get to the thing that completely blew my mind out of here, is Kaguya. I already knew that to begin with, that was the original Naruto. So why are they allowing this to, why are they playing this out this way if they know that they're getting duped? I mean, I don't understand.
I don't know. Wait, is he saying that he's...
Top of page 13, and then there's the bottom of page 12.
Let me check with another translation.
Maybe she's just playing with them.
I guess, but to what end?
I don't know.
Or maybe she's not concerned about Naruto. She's just concerned about Obito and Sakura because she know there was two other people.
Yeah, and Obito has the ability to connect Naruto to Sasuke.
The only thing that makes sense to me that I can think of readily is that right now Kaguya is more Madara than Kaguya.
Well, I hope it turns out that Madara takes over Kaguya. That'd be awesome, but where would he be able to take it from there?
Well, I like what Conley Bob 9 said a long time ago about him struggling inside, which would actually make a lot of sense on why Kaguya hasn't been as intellectually involved in things as much as she would be, because she's having to deal with Madara.
Yeah.
The idea that Madara maybe is getting more of control, or at least is in a place to slow Kaguya down or whatever.
Yeah.
So
it looks like we have a translation issue again, because on the Manga Panda version, Black Zetsu just says he might get closer to Sasuke.
Okay, might, so not that he knows it.
Right, so in the manga stream, Black Zetsu is implying that he knows someone is getting closer to Sasuke, and in the Manga Panda version of it, he's saying he doesn't know about anything except that Naruto is in the original dimension. It makes much more sense, I believe, for them not to know that Obito and Sakura are looking for Sasuke.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Kaguya stuff on 13? Well, with the Manga Pandas, I already knew that to be. That doesn't sound like it's going to be. Well, let's see what the translation is on that. That the original has the Gudo Dama attached to him. Balls.
Right.
So, So I mean, why? Like I say, I don't know, and it evidently costs a lot of energy to do these jumping around. So like I say, unless it's Madara or there's something else going on, or there's some scheme that she has to play this out a certain way, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I missed it. What exactly are you trying to figure out now?
Why? Okay, well, Kaguya says, I already knew that to begin with, that the original Naruto has the Budo mana attached to him, the balls.
Right. Uh-huh.
So she knew that wasn't the original Naruto over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why even, you know?
Right. Let's see what.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I don't think she like concerned about Naruto. She's worried about Obito.
Wow, it sounded like you either just took off or landed there, Sean.
Oh, my fault. There was motorcycles passed by me. I'm not sorry.
So like a small prop plane.
You know what though? I don't think it's Kaguya talking. I think it's Black Zetsu talking. It's the same font in both versions, in Manga Panda and Magazine. It's the same font when Black Zetsu talks on the previous page. It's the exact same font on the next
Yeah,
page.
that's really confusing when they do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Black Zetsu talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but either way, then why, if they know exactly where the real Naruto is, why, you know, why they seem to be playing a game or something? But anyway, moving
that
on.
might be the great announcement next week.
Massive. Well, that's another thing. What if we find out that that it's not a massive, that it's like a big announcement, or
Yeah.
That'd be the classic Kishi troll.
just a translation issue maybe. With that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things, I'm on page 14. One of the things I really liked is the whole, which I think a lot is like, is that instead of him jumping into all these places, that he's just opening like windows, doors
Yeah.
to these places, which is kind of good because evidently the realm that's like acid would have been a one-way trip to port in there, a sea of acid.
Yeah.
So that would have sucked. So that was good. And she gets her coat burned, right? But they can heal, so that's kind of good. All right, moving through.
Have you noticed that Sakura is it looked like she was healing herself when she got burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah, she's ended up healing both of them.
She's using the Byakugo. It should automatically heal the second, she's damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good to go.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I like that she can use it, that they can connect like that. That they can both. She can put it on herself and Vito. I like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
like
of course,
that too.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Kishimoto, he does have his issues, but he is a genius in a lot of areas. He has done a lot of awesome stuff. Sasuke-kun, that still kills me. The whole Sakura Sasuke thing. Sasuke-kun, this way, hurry. Now, the transport thing, we've all saw him transporting limited. We kind of already knew that he could do this fighting before, so it wasn't like it was this big. To me, it wasn't a big shock because we've literally seen this before. So he could transport like that.
Yeah, he used it, when he was with Naruto to put himself out of harm's way or whatever. But I don't think we ever actually saw how he did it, though. I mean, now we have an understanding that he has to switch places or something.
Right. So we go with that.
Before.
When we go with that, there's a couple things, right? And we knew he had a limited, area he could do it in and all this kind of stuff. I can't remember. I don't know what manga it was from. Evidently, there's a character named Law or something like that.
One Piece.
Okay, I heard that a lot. And it was like, it's Law, and I was like, what? Okay, so
he has an ability called Room, where he makes like a sphere of like light or whatever, and whoever's in the sphere of light, he can pretty much, exchange any part of their body that he chooses, and or himself with them if he wants. So like he could say Room, and there could be like a rock, at the very end of the circle. He can just teleport to where the rock is and switch places with it. That's
Cool
pretty
ability.
much like what Sasuke's doing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm actually at the end of the chapter here, and I'm flying through it kind of quickly, but yeah, go ahead, Sean.
No, what I was thinking, the the move that Sasuke did, is this something like the body flicker technique?
No, it has nothing to do with speed. It's just like a juicer that lets him move through space.
What's a
Oh,
body
okay.
flicker technique?
Well, there are two techniques. One is called Shunshin no Jutsu, which is often confused with Miyato's Flying Thunder God no Jutsu.
Okay.
Shunshin no Jutsu is just using chakra to make yourself jump fast.
Yeah.
And the Flying Thunder God Jutsu is literally, teleporting within like a second. So I think what Sean is asking is if what Sasuke is doing with the Shunshin Jutsu, which pretty much almost every ninja can use. So,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely not.
It's the eye ability.
Yeah, it's an eye ability that lets him trade places with an object that he has in his vision.
Okay, alright, I don't understand.
Okay, let me just throw a couple quick things in here right at the end. Okay, we're right here. Now we've got Sakura, and now she's been useful, and now she's totally drained of chakra, evidently. and it's Sasuke-kun is holding her.
Yep.
Okay, and now once Sasuke realizes that Sakura is out of chakra, okay, is he just gonna drop her on her butt? Because now she's useless.
Hilarious.
Right, just like, okay, goodbye, you're useless again. Welcome to being useless again.
Yeah.
Or has Sasuke-kun had a character growth moment?
No.
And he now knows the power of friendship.
No.
And also that women are not just for killing when you get tired of them.
I think he's gonna kill her.
Those two things, so you guys are not buying either one. So she's useless in another assassination.
You know that I was on the forums and people said that they were having eye sex.
They have what?
Eye sex. Like the way they were looking at each other was like
Oh yeah.
Like there was so much lustful. Sakura looks like she's about to fall asleep.
And Sasuke looks like he wants to kill her.
And Sasuke's just like, yeah, good job, like
It's just.
I'll give you a little praise, like. But fans are ridiculous. We didn't talk about the fact that Obito's eyes have been bleeding like crazy.
Yeah.
I guess because of actually there was a thing I wanted to mention that we skipped over on a previous page. Obito says something like Kaguya's dimension ability is like how in the world can she use the dimension so flawlessly, because like it takes him like almost everything he's got.
Michael, I actually read that verbatim.
Did
from
you?
The chapter. Yes, I did.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
No, we talk about it again, but I absolutely did. Yeah, how could she do this? And because the dimension's so far away and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So that and Obito, his eyes bleeding like crazy, shows that he's serious about about getting the job done. Putting himself through hell to do it. But like, aside from that too, we have to think like, why are Obito's eyes bleeding now? That's the main point I wanted to address, because
that's weird.
He's got Senju DNA. He's always used calmly and has never bled at all. He uses his eyes like crazy. Is it because this ability is just so ridiculously impossible to do that for him to do it brings his eyes to the point of destruction?
Well, Kakashi's eyes never bled when he did it.
Well, it goes back to what you referred to, Michael, and what I read earlier, is because of this, his body's like breaking down, and that's why he makes that statement. Right? He's like, how the hell is she doing this?
Right.
I'm getting help. I'm getting this. I'm good at doing this. I've got this and it's just tearing me to pieces. How in the world could she keep just jumping around? What the hell is she? So, yeah. So yeah, she's all that in a bag of chips as far as jumping dimensions.
Yeah.
All right. Now, a lot of action. I mean, this is mainly in action. There's a lot of action in here. So, all right, Sean fell out right there. Okay, is there anything else here that?
Return of Shannaro. We didn't mention that.
Okay.
Shannaro return on Obito. That's a Sakura moment right there. Maybe Kishimoto did that to make Sakura like the old Part 1 Sakura for a second.
Now we talked about what is the massive moment, but I don't think we talked about it on air live, did we?
No.
Okay, so that would be definitely need to get covered. Anybody want to answer that question? What is this massive announcement we're going to get to see in a few days?
I think we pretty much reached the consensus that we were going to do some kind of anime movie collaboration kind of thing, like with the studio works with another studio and makes this new animated film or something to that effect, or it'll be some kind of announcement in relation to the manga, possibly entering into its final arc, or a date on when it's going to end, something to that effect.
That sounds it. I mean, yeah. So it could be, like you're saying. Now, has that, or like I said, maybe his next project he's announcing I'm going to start, whatever. I mean, just throwing stuff out there. But so you guys like the idea that he's saying this will be the last arc, right?
Yeah.
So that is much superior than just saying a last chapter, because we don't know exactly how long that arc will be, right? So.
Right.
Well, he made a war, and then he made a war really weird, so I think it's a good stopping point for him.
All right, we might be running out of steam here.
I was saying in the pre before we went on air, yeah. I was saying that I think it would be a really good idea. I think if they did like a one last time skip where we could see Naruto as an adult, Sasuke as an adult, and we can see the whole thing come to a conclusion, not just in an epilogue. I mean, I would hope we would get an epilogue, if they don't do this, but but I would like to see just like a couple of maybe 10 or 10 so chapters of just everybody is an adult, and then the fight with Naruto and Sasuke, maybe more than 10 times, be a big fight or whatever. But and then the conclusion, just to see all of them as adults, to see how the world has changed since Naruto became the next reproduced Sentinel and stuff. It would be pretty cool. See how relationships turned out. See how the villages changed. And, how the final conclusion, which started as children between Naruto and Sasuke, could be ended, as adults. Kind of like how Hashirama and Madara started out as friends and then had their fight as children, and then, once again fought again, as adults, came to that conclusion. It'd be a nice wrap-up, I think.
All right, well, we can go ahead and any predictions that you guys want to make? Anything next week? Anything like that? Where this is going?
Mike, do you have anything?
Oh, I'm thinking I want to see Madara again, and maybe next week he will break free, or he will start fighting on the inside, and Kishi will show that, and maybe Sasuke and Naruto will get closer together. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to see, because I can't really predict, because anything could happen. I mean, we could have, Naruto and Sasuke reuniting, or we could have more Naruto fighting Kaguya. But what I would like to see happen is go back to the Hokages, see the fourth Hokage and the second Hokage, teleport everyone to where Naruto is, make well, actually, we haven't, I'm wrong, because we haven't seen the Six Paths yet, but we have to say. Remember, he appeared.
Oh yeah.
He appeared to Hashirama and everything, so I want to go there. I want to find out what's. In fact, that's what I'll predict. That we go back to that, find out what Hashirama is going to get told from the Six Paths. maybe Hashirama will bring Madara back in order for Madara to help, assuming Madara is actually dead again. Or like I want to see all that, and I would love to see like Minato and second Hokage and everything, bring everybody to Kaguya's dimension so that they can fight with Naruto. See
That'd be
Naruto
cool.
heal Minato's arm and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
the timing of this is good to switch over because they're kind of at a moment, right? So that they're saved, they're here, there, it's okay. So that it's good to switch. There is one thing though, the whole idea of the Kage's coming in to help. I mean, their number one goal is to stop the tree, right? I mean, that seems to be their number one priority, is to stop the tree from killing everybody. So the whole, I don't think they're going to come in to be the saviors of everybody. And it looks like the Sage of Six Paths is going to give them some information or something on how they can deal with the tree.
Right. That's
So
reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Naruto is going to definitely end up healing his dad's arms, because Minato looks ridiculous running around doing errands with no arms. And he said that he's trying to find Naruto. And we know Naruto can pretty much bring back the dead since Obito, was dead, according to Obito himself. Like, that he's not had much time to live, but I guess he's already on the verge of death.
right, but with the chakra requirements that we're finding out that these jumps take, over there, I don't, could they make it or even make it back? So,
right. Well, there's no way of knowing, if Flying Thunder God is, like Obito's technique. I mean, Flying Thunder God might be like, just a smooth, effortless way to jump between dimensions, as opposed to the Kamui, which like forcibly like rips them open. I don't know. I guess you could, make it anything. But I mean, I would imagine that if he needs them to go over to Naruto, for a purpose, that he's going to make the Flying Thunder God the way to go.
well, that'd be interesting, but that would be I don't know. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, does it cost a lot more? I mean, could he thunder? Could he do that? Just because somebody's got the mark on him, and would it cost incrementally more chakra to do, even if he could make the jump? I don't know. That to me is kind of iffy. But I thought the whole thing was that this is basically supposed to be Naruto and Sasuke taking down the current villain.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I say, so I've always been. A lot of people have been saying the Kages are going to come over and be the cavalry to rescue everybody. But I don't know. I kind of don't think that, or maybe I just think that isn't the best way for it to go. But anyway, we're actually talking about the end of the arc and everything else. But well, anyway, is there anything about anything about this chapter or anything you want to bring up real quick so we can go ahead and close this out and say the next 5 minutes? Is there anything let's throw out there?
I think I'm good.
Okay, you're good. Okay,
Yeah.
Michael, anything?
Well, along with what you guys were saying about the Kages, I think how Kishi's going to end this is he's going to have everybody back into the same dimension, all fighting as one against Kaguya, and that's how the end of the war is going to happen. I think that's how much power they're going to have to take her down.
So if they free everybody, they might be able to get enough power and chakra and everything all together to go do what they got to do.
And that might be like another stall chapter while they're going and doing stuff in the other dimension, and then Kishi might drag us back over there to show that everybody's free, and then they'll start the final fight.
Yeah.
Well, it would be good. It would be good because it would be bring everybody back into the battle and to go back to we're all stronger together kind of thing and everything. So it fits that pretty well. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be it. Unless there's something real quick, because that's actually a pretty good way to end. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what if Kaguya has like another transformation, like how Aizen became Butterfly Aizen in Bleach. Kaguya transforms, and then everybody that gets released from the tree has to give Naruto power or something to fight it.
A lot of crazy
what if
stuff.
Kaguya transformed into the Ghetto Mazo?
Yeah, well, the Geromazo is just like a husk of the Juby.
Yeah, but that'd be crazy if she transformed back into that, because that had a humanoid form, didn't it?
Um,
I think it walked on 2 feet and had 2 hands, didn't it?
yeah, but I mean, I think that's just an imitation of the.
Yeah.
I do think we're past that. I think we spent enough time,
Yeah.
with that form. I think we are past it. Well, anyway, I think we've definitely squeezed all the toothpaste out of the tube. All right, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome as always. Like I said, there was a lot of action in this. There's just a few things to cover, and I think we definitely covered everything. So thanks again to you guys. You're awesome. Until next time, take care.